Hi, I'm Linda, and I'm 1/3 of the Crafty Author. Today I would like to share with you how I make wreaths, and this is what the one we're going to work on today will look like. You can get the sign from the Dollar Tree, or you can make your own. They are a lot of fun. This is out of fabric, and you can do it on each side, or you don't need to use a sign at all. And it's just the fabric itself is really cute. What you're going to need to make this project is a 12-inch green foam wreath, your fabric, which is going to be 72 inches in length, 6 inches from the fold, or 12 inches flat wide, and you can make 2 wreaths out of 2 yards of material. You're also going to need your thread, little snips to cutting threads, and maybe a seam ripper if you have to rip it out. Also, your sewing machine and an iron. Okay, so the first thing I do is iron ends so that I can stitch them, and that will finish them off. And it just, when you first start out, it makes it a lot easier if you just do it in the beginning. To show you how this will work out by doing it now is with that seam, you'll stitch it on the machine, and then when you start to sew your 3 inches for your tube, your foam tube here, it's already finished, and it will help when you're done with the product that is completed already. Iron the long ends as well, so I can also sew them later. You will press about a half an inch, and I just go all the way down to the end. Okay, so when you first start out, you want to make sure that you go to the ends and sew your seam and not forget like I always do. So that's what I'm doing right now. So that now it's finished, and then when you go to sew your ends, they are already done as well. Okay, so now I'm going to start your seam to make the tube for the green wreath, for the foam wreath. And what I found the best measurement is 3 inches from the fold of the material. So we're gonna mark it there. And I know on my machine right here, it's where it says it. Okay, so then you just start sewing your seam. So once you're finished, you should have something that looks just like this, and you can see where your tube is, where you're gonna feed your material through the wreath. You have stitch line going all the way, and it should be 3 inches from the fold of your fabric, so that you have a tube like this that you can feed the wreath through. Okay, so we're down to the last part of our little adventure. And what you do now is we're going to do the last part of where we sewed or ironed the 2 seams so that they come together. And we're going to do a zigzag all the way across the fabric. Okay, after we get done zigzagging our last edges, we want to get our wreath and cut it in half in one spot. Not the whole thing, just one slice to open it up, so you can feed the fabric through the tube. Okay, once you've cut your foam wreath, then I open up the opening and I feed it into the foam tube and just start pulling it through and feeding it through until I get the entire fabric on the foam wreath. Okay, once you get the fabric all fed onto the ring, you're gonna want some tape, some kind of packing tape, strapping tape, whatever. And that's how I hold the cut that we made, put it back together so that it holds in place, the ring in place. And you just wrap it, kind of get it tight again like it used to be before you cut it up in half. And this can be fun too. Okay, I just kind of twist it to make sure it's tight and secure. And then I kind of push the fabric around the wreath to get it evened out and positioned a little bit. And you can see how it's shaping up now. The last part is where we sewed the two ends together. We're going to have to hand stitch them together so that it keeps them secured and not open. So once you're done hand stitching all the way around and tightening everything, you can see how it's attached now. Even out the ruffles or scrunch it in one place. There's no rhyme or reason to it. You can, and that's what it'll turn out like. I want to show you the finished one like I did in the beginning, so you can see what the wreath actually looks like. And if you want to add a sign to it, you can do that. It really enhances the wreath itself, but they are cute all by themselves. You can also make signs. That is a lot of fun as well. There's lots of signs you can buy at the hobby stores, or you can just get a round piece of wood and paint it and be creative on your own.
All right, so I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. All of the measurements and cutting instructions will be listed down below in the description box. So don't forget to give this video a like. Feel free to share it because sharing is caring. Also, if you would like to follow us on social media, we are currently on Instagram. Head on over there, give us a like there and a follow. Also follow us here. Click the little bell, you get notified each and every time that we upload an awesomely cool new video. And we'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.